How's it going, listeners? Welcome back to Cubold Cast. In this episode, we're going to be having a casual bonfire chat about AAA games versus indie games.
Which, it's weird, 'cause for some reason I have deja vu. Like, I remember us talking about something similar to this.
We talked about game adaptations.
No, we talked about indie games.
Just indie games in general.
Best indie games.
We talked
all
talked
time.
about indie games specifically.
We should be talking about quadruple A games.
Mm.
Or game. No one even knows what that
The
means.
first quadruple A game,
What was that one? Who said that?
Skull and Bones.
Ubisoft said that.
That
Ubisoft is just like,
didn't that game have like 10 sales or something?
I don't know.
Like nothing.
Well, it's funny. Last night we were watching just different Star Wars game trailers. I was watching it with Dad, the Outlaws trailer, and he's like, they never make the eyes look realistic. And I was like,
Wait,
well, that's
Outlaws trailer? You mean?
just- yeah, Outlaws.
You said Outlast.
Oh, Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh, okay.
He's like, yeah, they never make the eyes look realistic or anything, and it doesn't look as that good. But then I showed him the Jedi Survivor trailer from like a year ago, and it looks so much better.
Which one?
It's
Survivor
crazy.
or-
Jedi Survivor. Yeah,
Oh.
it's crazy how much better it looks. Same with Fallen Order.
It's Ubisoft that just does that type
Yeah,
of thing.
I
They
know.
have their own engine.
Well, that's Outlaws, right? That's using that?
Yeah. But I mean, I'm perfectly fine with it. I'm not going into that game for the story. I'm going into that game for the world and exploration.
Yeah, that'd be the only reason I would play it, and I do want to play it for the gameplay. Looks interesting.
Something Caleb and I have been watching is the Fallout show,
Ah.
which is insane. It is so good.
We're 5 episodes in.
Yeah.
We have 3 left.
It's crazy because each episode is about an hour long, which is when there's 8 episodes.
The last 2 have been about 40, 50
45
minutes, but
yeah.
all the rest of them are over an hour.
It's unbelievably good. Like, I don't know. It's Last of Us show level.
Well, Caleb has never played a Fallout game, and I've played Fallout 4, and I've beaten Fallout 4. I've played Fallout 76, I've played 3, and I've played New Vegas. Not fully. I've only played them for like an hour or 2 each,
Mm-hmm.
but we're both enjoying it just as much.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know. I don't see all the little. I mean, they have the Fallout pistol, or whatever. They have some of the
Yeah,
weapons.
they
and
didn't
stuff.
get the Fallout pistol until the last episode, or episode 5.
Do they have rad roaches?
They have
Yep.
rad roaches. They have the Brotherhood suit thing.
Brotherhood of
They have
Steel?
abominations. I'm waiting for
Wait.
a Deathclaw.
Yeah. Deathclaw, yeah.
What's a Deathclaw?
It's like a
Dragon?
demon. Like,
Yeah, it
don't
might be the
even-
most iconic creature from Fallout.
it's kind of like if a moose was on its hind legs and was running around with like
That's
a
terrifying.
Yeah.
moose and a dinosaur put together.
They look like they could be a Doom demon.
Yeah.
Can Fallout be a horror game sometimes? With that?
No, not really.
Although in Fallout 4 the ghoul infested like locations
yeah.
you go into with the all dark and you use your flashlight, those could be kind of scary.
I thought you were gonna reference in Fallout 4 how towards the beginning of the game they give you a minigun and you take out a Deathclaw in the first like 30 minutes of the game. People were upset about that, which is understandable because like that's one of the scariest enemies from the last game, and you just like wipe the floor with them with an infinite ammo weapon.
Well, you
Wow.
had the suit,
Yeah,
so it's like you're basically invincible with the suit.
yeah. But yeah, the Deathclaws will be cool to see on screen.
I don't know. You gotta watch. You gotta watch this
It'll
show.
be like seeing a bloater from the Last of Us show.
Mm.
yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch it at some point though. The Witcher DLC. Are you playing that?
I started the Hearts of Stone DLC. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I actually like the Hearts of Stone.
Yeah,
I mean,
It-
both are really good.
it uses some of the same locations
Yeah.
from the base game, but it's like a new story.
I think when I played that game, I have like 70 hours in it. I kind of got lost in everything else except for the story, because I have 70 hours and I was like level 20, and then
Yeah.
he had like 25 hours in it, and you were past me.
I'm like 30 something hours in, and I'm like level 34.
You probably should just push through the main story.
You get the most XP, I think,
Yeah,
but
it is a really good game.
it's really cool.
Outlaws,
Star Wars Outlaws releasing August 30th.
Yeah,
That's pretty soon, actually.
Yeah, I was thinking it was gonna be like December.
I don't know if I'm gonna play it. If it's like Assassin's Creed type, I'm not really a huge fan of that.
it won't be like
No.
that. Well, it's Ubisoft, so it's gonna be a huge world.
People are like, it's GTA in space because of the wanted level, but
What?
they're like, really? Okay. Just because it has a wanted level doesn't mean it's GTA in space.
The story doesn't look that interesting. In the trailer, they showed she sees Han Solo and Carbonite at one point.
Yeah.
Like they might integrate it with the original trilogy a bit,
Mm-hmm.
but like the Jabba in the trailer looked terrible.
Well, it's
I don't
Ubisoft.
remember.
Yeah, it's just it's weird how like the worlds look good, but then the characters don't.
What is it? I keep seeing memes about it where like the generic thing to do now is, for as long as I remember, it's just been blank blank us two.
Yeah.
Like every like the generic like Ubisoft garbage. It's
But-
like I don't know.
What else? Oh, Ubisoft made Watch Dogs. What else?
Well, Ubisoft is the publisher.
Oh, okay.
So basically, if you want a game that was developed by the same people, it'd be the Division games. The
Mhm.
Division people are making Star Wars Outlaws.
I heard good things about that. right?
Division games are really good. I did like them, but the story was doo doo.
Well, their environments are really good.
Yeah,
Didn't they make like the New York City and what was the other one?
Mm.
Seattle or something?
Washington.
I think-
Washington D.C.
From
Oh,
what I
okay.
heard, people really like the first one, but not the second one as much.
Yeah, I've played both of them, and they're pretty decent. Just the story is just garbage.
Division.
Mm.
Division story is
I
really
don't think
bad.
you get the type of game for the story though.
You get it for the grind.
It's like Destiny in that way.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like John and Nick.
Yep.
You had like thousands of hours in that game. The first one.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The dark zones, which are like extraction shooter.
You lose everything
stuff.
in those, right?
Yeah,
I kinda
everything
wish-
you've collected.
Sometimes I kind of wish I played it for a little bit. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
that and not Daisy. That zombie game. They World War Z.
What was
That was okay. I don't know. I played it and it's just like Left 4 Dead.
They had a sequel to World War Z.
Did they?
Remember
Yeah.
Back for Blood?
Yeah.
That was so
Did you beat it with
it
us?
was mid.
I didn't beat the story, no, but I really wasn't all into it. that
It
much.
wasn't that long. It was like 10 hours.
I
or
mean, I had
something.
Yeah.
fun. We had fun playing it,
Yeah.
but it just was not like
It kept like reusing the same mission
Yeah, that
levels
was annoying.
for half the entire campaign. It was
Then
just
the
not
ending
great.
was like it was garbage. It
Yeah.
was just so weird.
And then you have something like Helldivers. That's they innovated on the format of like mission based with a team, and it doesn't feel the same every mission.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
even more so than like Left 4 Dead and stuff, because it's such a different.
I mean, even if
Area.
you take in the same loadout too.
Wait,
Yeah.
if you go to the same like area on the planet, is the map the same or is it always procedurally generated? Like you land somewhere else on the
I think it's
It's
procedural.
on
okay.
each planet. So each planet has different environments and like types of generation, enemies, and like spawn rates and all that stuff. And then like on that planet, it's the layout is swapped around.
But what is it? The new War Bond apparently is not super great.
Really?
Like there's only one of the weapons is like decent.
Is it the grenade pistol?
Oh, I think people like the grenade pistol, the main like primary weapon. It was
Yeah,
just the
actually,
marksman
I
rifle.
forgot it was releasing.
It released a couple days ago actually. I thought it was releasing Sunday, but
Hmm.
They don't expire, so like if it's not a good one, you can just wait to the next one,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then maybe eventually, whether they buff one of the weapons or something, you can go back and get it.
Although, if they do add the Illuminate, the cutting edge War Bond armors will be insane
Oh yeah,
because
the electricity
Illuminate
protection.
have arc damage.
Hmm.
I haven't seen the AT-ATs.
I haven't seen them
They're
either.
huge from what you showed me.
What is it?
They added like massive AT-AT type
No,
machines.
they're moving robot fabricators. So they're on 4 legs and they move and they drop robots just by like creating them.
How do you take them down?
I don't know. I
Bomb
haven't
'em?
I haven't actually like killed one yet.
And they're more rare, right? Like,
Yeah,
You don't see them in every mission.
but they're really cool.
KOTOR? Is it
KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic.
You know, I saw an article about that. I think it was the same one that all of us saw, or something,
Mhm.
something like that. But it's still being developed. Didn't we talk about this a couple months ago? Like that it was going to be stopped. Like they stopped. development?
Someone announced it. They said development was halted, or it was. I think they said postponed indefinitely, which is basically
Hmm.
saying like it's probably not going to happen, but it still might.
It's just weird how like that, and then now they're saying, oh, it's
Wasn't it
alive and well or whatever.
Blue Point that's doing the remake?
I don't know.
Blue Point were they were the ones that did a lot of like PC ports for PlayStation.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure.
Wait, Is it like
No,
a,
the good PC ports, not
Oh, okay.
not the Nix's
is it
software.
going to be like a full remake or like a
I think full remake, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not just a remaster like the Battlefront collection,
Mhm,
Which,
was
I mean,
such a flop.
The KOTOR game is huge, so I could see why it's taking so long to recreate.
It's gonna be so good. Like, we played this on tablet actually because it was better optimized for tablet than it was for PCs. They just did the
Wow.
controls better. The story and the amount of like freedom you have in the world is, I don't know if I've played any other game like it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember. I think I might have started that game. Is that where you start off like in the training place?
You start
Training
off on
camp?
a ship.
Oh, okay, maybe not. I'm trying to think of what game.
Yeah, you're getting the ship is getting attacked and you have to escape.
Mm.
That's what you start on.
Yeah.
Story based and stuff. Is that the one with
Yeah.
all the crazy cutscenes that look really good for?
No.
That's the Old Republic
Oh.
MMO. It was funny. Ben and I and Dad was over last night. We were just watching Star Wars trailers for stuff, and we watched one of the old Old Republic cutscenes because those are actually really cool.
Mm-hmm.
We watched stuff for the Knights of the Old Republic remake and all those the Star Wars Eclipse.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost at May the 4th time, so they're releasing a bunch of Star Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm. What is it? Ben and I actually played Knights of the Old Republic. Or no, the Old Republic with the MMO.
Yeah.
It was actually fun.
He was
It's
telling
just-
me, yeah.
It's just like there's so much to that game. It's kind of ridiculous.
I tried it, and most of the time I don't want to get into MMOs because there's no
very
end.
grindy.
Yeah, but yeah, Knights of the Old Republic, if they do the remake right, it's gonna be probably the best Star Wars game ever made. Honestly,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna be like first-person shooter like Battlefront. The combat is different than people are used to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you control a party, and then whenever you get into an interaction, it freezes, and you choose like, it's not turn-based, but you choose like what moves you want to do on the enemy. Like you want to use like a powerful blaster weapon, and then you select like another party member, and they fire. Then you unpause it, and everyone fires at once.
Hmm.
Or you don't have to pause at all, and you could just let them like you click the button.
Oh, it's top down.
No, it's behind the back, but you can
yeah.
choose who you want to control at the time.
Yeah, yeah. It's a third-person behind the back game.
Who developed all those old Star Wars games? Like, are they even
Lucas-
around?
LucasArts.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
LucasArts or Lucasfilm?
LucasArts, I think,
Mm.
was their original, and then when Disney bought them, they changed it to like LucasArts Studios or Game Studios or something.
We were watching some LucasArts stuff last night, like Knights of the Old Republic, or no, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, the DLCs. The DLCs are actually hilarious.
Yeah.
Like you go to kill Obi-Wan, and you take him and you throw him into the Millennium Falcon's
yeah.
like thrusters, and he vaporizes. How do you say that?
Vaporizes.
And then he turns into a ghost, and you kill his Force ghost.
What?
Yeah, and then you go kill Luke on Hoth. You throw him in the air, and he gets hit by a snow speeder.
I think they just went ham after it wasn't considered canon. They're like, let's just do
Yeah,
the
they did.
craziest things ever.
And then we were watching another one it was a Lord of the Rings game. And there's a good campaign from the movies, and then there's a bad campaign where you kill the heroes. And one of the last mission of the game, you have to kill 50 hobbits to lure Gandalf out, and then kill Gandalf.
What?
And you can like one-shot him with a backstab. It's actually hilarious.
Wait, do you remember that one, the Cold War campaign,
Yeah.
where the bad ending,
I don't remember it now.
where you literally the games came out years ago, so I can kind of spoil it, but like you're basically like a what is it, a
Sleeper
brainwashed
agent?
sleeper agent.
Oh yeah. now I
And
And
remember.
bells or something?
Yeah, Bell. And you like, it reminds me of the bad ending where you literally go and kill like Woods and Mason.
Yeah, I
You just-
remember that.
and every single time you kill a major character, it's a slow-mo shot of the bullet going through them.
I remember that.
There's another mission from that Lord of the Rings game where you play as the Balrog, that giant creature that like Gandalf fought in the first one. And the mission is kill Gimli, the little dwarf. And you're this giant thing, and you just like slam down and kill him instantly.
Man, they don't make games anymore. Like
Not
good
like
games.
that.
Yeah, I know. And actually, the fun thing about that game is it was the same engine as Battlefront.
Wait, which game was
Battlefront,
it?
It was a Lord of
Oh.
the Rings game made by the same people who did Battlefront. And literally, it was like you had command posts that were something different, like in the Lord of the Rings style. And like the troop select screen was like, had Archer and like the
Oh, that's
heroes.
cool.
Heroes were like Gandalf and like other.
Is it around the same
Creatures.
time, like 2004, 2005?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird. It's like the games now are obviously better, but it's like in some aspects they're not
Yeah.
because you miss those types of things. Like
Some of those things are so
don't know.
ridiculous that they're fun.
Well, people
Yeah.
are more like focused on making money now than making fun games.
yeah, like think of the old Battlefront 2. It's like that versus what the new Battlefront 2 came out as.
They can't even make the same game. It's
Yeah.
so much older. It's insane.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Which actually goes right into our topic, which is indie games versus AAA games.
yeah. So, well, obviously the big thing now, which I feel like this came out of nowhere. Like when did games start being $70?
No, it didn't come out of nowhere. They were talking about it for a long time.
Well-
Like
The $70 thing started with PlayStation 5.
yeah, PS5 in
was-
2020.
Really? I thought it was like the last year.
No,
Well,
the
I'm not
the,
used to
the
it 'cause I
launch games for PS5 were 70.
Oh, I must not. I don't know. I don't have a PlayStation, so I probably
Well, we
not used to it 'cause
didn't
I've-
have a PlayStation at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about
we
it.
buy stuff on G2A, so it's like I'm not even. I didn't
I
know
don't
it
pre-order
happened.
games either, so
I think I didn't realize it happened until it came to PC. What game came to
Mhm.
PC that was 70? Call of Duty?
Forspoken.
definitely
know.
COD.
Forspoken was the first $70 PC game.
Forspoken? That sounds familiar,
That-
but I don't know what it is.
If you saw the gameplay of it, you'd know what. Like the weird lady getting pulled into that weird
Oh yeah,
universe, and she's like, "Wow,
yeah.
this is so cool."
What?
I think I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely COD was one of the big ones to do it on PC.
Oh, they jumped on that. They were like so happy when that became a trend.
Yeah.
MW2, right? That was the first $70
Was
COD.
it? I-
Yeah.
Maybe it was, yeah. Huh. But yeah, that happened, and then there was COVID, so a lot of these AAA games take years to develop. Usually like 3 to 4 years, depending on how big it is. If it's Assassin's Creed, it is the same game every year with a new skin on it, so like not a lot of effort goes into it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what they do with that. Do they just like copy and paste and then change?
Often, yeah.
It's
That's
crazy.
why the Battlefront remake or remaster is so lame, because that's all they're used to doing is taking the old engine that was developed years ago and then slapping a new coat of paint on it and selling it. That's like
Crazy.
Starfield. The engine is from like 2012, the Skyrim engine. 2011?
Oh
maybe?
yeah.
And they said that the next Elder Scrolls game is going to be the same engine, which was outdated 10 years ago.
It's crazy.
So like I have, like, of course, if it's good, I really hope it's good. And a lot of people will enjoy it if it is, but if it's the same engine, it's gonna be very dated, and
Yeah.
people are gonna be upset.
Mm-hmm. And the game's gonna be $70.
Oh yeah,
Maybe even more.
it's gonna be a bigger flop than Starfield, honestly.
You think?
Starfield 70?
Yeah,
Well, okay, so wait.
Well, but the thing is, Starfield doesn't have engaging like anything.
I thought you said
I
you
feel
liked
like, oh, what is it?
we played it for a little
Starfield.
bit.
Starfield.
I beat it and I played all the what is it, the group quests or whatever, the different.
Those are okay, but there's no real like consequences.
Yeah, there's like it's kind of just blah. I feel like
boring.
with Elder Scrolls 6 though, I feel like even if the missions are kind of it'll still be more fun than Starfield.
Elder Scrolls 6 is the next one coming out.
It might be, but it had 7. Wait, is it 6?
What?
Skyrim is 5.
Elder Scrolls
I'm so
Elder Scrolls
confused.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skyrim is 5. That's the only one I've played.
The whole series is very confusing to me. Like,
Mhm.
what's Elder Scrolls and how is that different than Skyrim or Oblivion?
Oh.
Skyrim is Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
there's the Elder Scrolls series, Elder Scrolls 1 through 5, and then Elder Scrolls Oblivion is an older one. I think that's
Oblivion's
4.
3.
I played that when I
What's
was
4?
younger. That was so fun.
Morrowind.
Morrowind's 3, Oblivion's 4.
Yeah, and then 5 is Skyrim, and the next one they don't have a
I
name.
see.
No, Skyrim's 4.
No, Skyrim's 5. Elder Scrolls 5.
That's confusing my brain.
What is 6 then?
They don't have a name for it. They're just calling
It's
it Elder
been
Scrolls
that
6.
long.
Yeah,
Skyrim came out so long ago. That's crazy.
2012. And
Well, there's Elder Scrolls Online, and I think that's the thing they've been focused on mostly.
yeah, well, I don't know.
I mean,
they put out a bunch
I
of
enjoy
stuff,
Elder Scrolls Online.
but they have put out a bunch of stuff, and it's increasingly getting backlash because they don't update anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Fallout 4 engine, was that the same as Skyrim?
Yes.
It's just like where you open a door and it takes 5 minutes to load the next scene.
Wow.
It's just super dated. Like Cyberpunk doesn't have that.
Mm.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think The Witcher has that. I mean, when you teleport or fast travel, It does.
Yeah, but
briefly.
there's no loading screens in between anything.
Yeah. And there's so many games that have no loading screens like that now. That means that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to have a load screen every time you want to go in a house. And it sits there
Wow.
for 30 seconds and loads with the little model you can move around.
That's not acceptable.
At least with
No.
it won't be as bad as Starfield's 5 loading screens before you get to your location.
Yeah.
Where you there's a loading screen to get to your ship. There's a loading screen to get into your ship and out into the galaxy. Then there's a loading screen to get out from the galaxy to the next galaxy. Then there's a loading screen to get from that galaxy to the planet. Then there's a loading screen to get out of your ship onto the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you just want to
So weird.
you want to beat your head against your desk. Like
I can't. Can you guys read that in the chat?
I can't really.
I've watched you for a long time.
Oh, okay. I can't
Your name
read it.
Chocolate. I
Chocolate.
I think that's your name. It's kind of hard to see your name.
Oh, hey, chocolate.
What's going on?
It's just blurry. Yeah, I don't know. I never played Skyrim, but I played Oblivion. It was really fun.
Some people
Years
said
ago, though.
there are some fanboys that say Oblivion's better and all those things. Like maybe it is, but
It's nostalgia, I think.
there is that nostalgia factor in a lot of things. For me personally, I'm finding that I'm turning towards more low poly and even pixel stuff because a lot of times it's more creative. There's this
Yeah.
game. It's an indie game made by one guy. It's called Faith. Chug has it in his library.
Oh, I've wanted
Is
to
that
play
the
it.
one with the red, like the red?
Yeah,
like
the
It has a red logo. It's done in like the old Atari style, so it's very pixelated. The voices are like that weird text to speech voice, but I started it and it's really good. I really like it.
I wanted to play that for our last October series, but I don't think we ever got to
Was
it.
it horror?
It is horror. Like it's not that long, I don't think, and like I would love to cover it sooner than Halloween because like I definitely want to play it before then.
Yeah.
It's just really good. So it has like the pixel top-down style, like old Atari games, and then the cutscenes are done in rotoscoping, which is like you take a video and then draw over the video and then draw like whatever you want.
It's like Joel Hover.
I'm not
I
familiar
don't know
with
if
that.
you've probably seen his videos before. He does the same
Oh, that
thing.
guy, yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
Pull up the trailer for it actually.
For what?
Faith.
Oh, for Faith?
Yeah.
So
We got to get the app for Streamlabs so we don't have to go over there.
yeah, I know. We actually should do that. I don't know why we haven't.
We may have briefly tried it, but we didn't mess around with it for too long.
It's probably better now.
Probably. I like the BioShock background on the Brave browser there. But make sure it's the Unholy Trinity because there are 3 episodes.
What?
Yeah, so there are 3 episodes in this game. And he released them all in one pack called the Unholy Trinity. And it's like a demon game. You'll just have to watch the trailer for it. Oh, that's loud.
The heck?
That's the text to speech voice.
Oh,
We're watching the trailer for audio listeners.
this is a horror game.
Yeah, it is. And it's really good so far. The music is amazing. The menu music is like a church hymn in pixel style, but it sounds creepy at the same time.
Huh. What do you do?
You play as a priest and basically is fighting against like demons and cults that are trying to summon demons. And there's like audio logs or pages all around that tell you the story. And it's one of those games with lots of lore in it.
Huh.
And like, I'm not even joking. I have never been jump scared by a game more than this. Like, I didn't beat the whole thing. I beat episode 1, which is like 40 minutes to an hour. Like, this game has jump scared me more than any movie or game I've ever played. It
I
is.
might have to play it.
It's so unsettling. Like, there's one part where the music cuts out. I need music. Like, it's so terrifying without music. I
Huh.
need it. And like, just walking around, you think you're safe, but you're not. Like, things will just come at you randomly, and like you almost expect it, but you still jump. It's just
Huh.
that well done.
It just goes to show that you don't need crazy graphics to make a horror game.
Yeah.
How
guess
much was
someone-
it? Like 15?
I don't know. I got it on Well, you had it in your library, but you were playing something, and I played it. I got it off G2A for like $10 or something.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no, I got it on Steam. It was
I
on
wonder
sale.
if that makes it more scary. Because
What's
like
that?
because like the drawing and stuff, like the demons and stuff, like you almost like downplay, or I don't know, you accept it more because it's not as like detailed. But if you were to make like a high res version of the demon, then you'd be like critiquing it because you're like, wow, that looks really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. It's actually really disturbing in some parts, honestly. Like just the concepts. The dude is actually a missionary, like a Christian missionary who made the game. And he's basing some of it on like experiences that he said happened when he was like in a place that had voodoo or something like that.
Wow.
So it's kind of creepy.
It's actually really interesting. I might have to play that.
That's
How long
sick.
is it?
I don't know. I only beat the first episode, which is the shortest. Like I think the first episode is like half as long as episode 2, and then episode 3 is like twice as long as episode 2.
How long was episode 1?
Maybe an hour.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll play that.
So I don't think it's that long, and you don't technically have to read all the pages you find, but it's
Yeah.
interesting. So like I'm choosing to read it.
Yeah, I've been meaning to find something to play.
Yeah, and like I saw, I think it came out like 2022, this collection, and I only recently saw.
It's by New Blood.
Who's that?
They did.
They
But-
did? Are they published?
They developed. New Blood is like they. What is that game those 3 games that you bought?
3 games?
There's the 3 pixel like first person games.
Oh, you mean like Dusk?
Dusk, whatever the other Overkill.
Yeah.
Those by the same guys.
Maybe they published it, but one developer made this.
Oh, okay. So it must have been the publisher. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Like he did everything. He did the cutscenes. Like basically, he took a video of himself, and then he would draw pixel art over the video. That's why it looks so smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And then he can modify it however he wants.
Wow.
Like make like blood or whatever's happening on screen.
it's really creative.
There was a boss fight that was kind of difficult in episode 1, but like once you kind of figure it out, it's not that bad. Honestly, I really recommend playing it, and I'd love to talk about that maybe even next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not that long.
I could buy it today, and then we'll see if we can play it.
Yeah, like I just wanted a horror game like this, and since I was playing it just like in a dark room alone, it was a bit scarier. I bet if you're in chat, it's not gonna be as scary, but still, it's fun.
I mean, it could be a good Steam Deck game.
Yeah.
I was considering that, yeah, but I haven't tried it on there.
Well, that just goes to show that's that's like an indie game. I mean, one developer.
Yeah,
But
That's the most indie you can get.
How much was it? Like $20?
10.
10? Yeah.
Because there were 3 games that he released episode 1, just called it Faith. I don't know if he called it Faith episode 1 at that point. Maybe it was just a demo or something like that. But then a while later, he released Faith episode 2 and then episode 3. And then when he put them all together, he made them a bit more cohesive with the lore. So they all work together. And I'd love to talk about it more in detail because there's a lot.
Yeah.
Like people have like 8-hour videos analyzing the story and stuff like that. And it's impressive when one person does stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like a flip side to that. Like what's a AAA game that's horror that like doesn't give you that same feeling, or like it doesn't match up to something that's $10.
I don't know if AAA games, AAA developers do horror. I mean,
what about
Outlast maybe, but that's
Dead Space is one.
Well, Dead Space looks scary though.
Oh yeah,
but
Never
that
played
one's highly regarded. If people
well,
like
Dead
the
Space
remake.
1. Apparently, Dead Space 2 is more actiony, but people like it just as much as Dead Space 1. And apparently, Dead Space 3 was terrible.
I'm trying to
Resident
think.
Evil 4, which is semi horror. I wouldn't call it full
Yeah,
horror.
but I love.
Oh, it is really good. Yeah,
I've been wanting to play Resident Evil.
Yeah.
That and Elden Ring. I'm so excited for the DLC.
What,
Yeah.
what game did I play recently that was Resident Evil like? I thought I played something.
Alan Wake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Alan
Oh,
Wake.
Alan Wake is so good.
You need to play Alan Wake 2.
If you
Caleb.
miss Resident
you need
Evil,
to play it. Turn
Like-
it to the easiest difficulty and just try to get through it as fast
I
as
just-
but
possible.
it wasn't hard. The thing is
No.
though, if you miss Resident Evil, Alan Wake 2 will scratch that itch, and after you beat it, you're gonna be like, "What do I even do now?" Like,
Yeah.
everything's pointless. It's nothing like the first game. The first game is completely irrelevant in comparison, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
It just takes like 20 hours to beat it. That's
That-
the only downside.
but it was 20 hours of fun gameplay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
and you could,
Although
you don't always have to
we
get everything.
100%ed it. I don't think Caleb's gonna do that, so it won't
Yeah.
take as long.
Might take 15 hours, but
Yeah, I
just
might have to
start it, and I bet you'll keep playing it.
Yeah.
It's just a good game.
I think
They're
actually
AAA,
bought it.
right?
I have it.
That's AAA.
Oh yeah, you did buy it. Because we can talk about that at some point, and I'd love to.
I'm trying to see. Okay, The Evil Within. I'm trying to see like AAA horror games.
I think
Amnesia.
is that
triple-
no?
that's
that was
double A.
indie at the
Or-
time, I think. Maybe the new
These
Amnesia.
are not. These are
Yeah,
not all.
Dead Space might be the most regarded AAA horror game.
Because I can't think of a AAA horror game other than
Alien
that.
Isolation. I don't
That
know.
well, that one is. I'm pretty sure
That one's-
AAA.
But that one's that one's actually scary. For anyone who's
Well,
played Alien Isolation. it's
apparently the
horrifying.
story is not super
Well,
scary.
no, but like
Mm.
the atmosphere
yeah.
Yeah.
of running from the alien thing is like
The crazy thing is,
terrifying.
like every time I try that game, it surprises me how good it looks.
yeah.
They did a really good job with the
It was
lighting.
2015, I think.
Was it the actually it was the lighting, but what is it? Is it that film grain over the
I turn that off. I don't like film grain.
Oh, yeah, I hate film grain.
Outlast. So maybe this isn't the best Metro series. I've always wanted to try those.
Metro series is kind of scary.
Is that AAA though? I don't think it is.
Not Exodus. Exodus is AAA. The other two aren't.
Hmm.
Those games look so good though.
They're
Like, I've
really
always looked
cool.
at them and wanted to play them.
Yeah, they look interesting.
I played Exodus for a little bit.
Hmm.
It's pretty good.
Those are
Yeah.
based on a book series. Pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that often happens though. Indie horror is scarier than big budget horror.
Yeah.
Like when corporations get involved and they have the board that tells them what this is what they need to do. Oh, this is what all the kids like in horror movies.
Well, I bet also the boards and the corporate restrain them. Like I doubt a AAA studio would greenlight something like Faith because it's so disturbing.
They use straight up like copyrighted Christian hymns in the menu music.
Hmm.
Like there's no way the AAA studio would do that.
Well, I bet the suits would probably say like, "Oh, let's do a monster game or something," rather than something like that,
Yeah.
because they think it would perform well, or maybe this one's too.
I
risky.
like the horror games that are like that don't have any jump scares but are like just as creepy.
The thing is, this game doesn't really have jump scares. It doesn't like shove anything in your face. It's just when things happen, it's scary, and anticipating the next thing is even scarier somehow.
Hmm.
Because you know something's about to happen, but when it does, it's I don't know. For me, I jumped a lot actually.
I'm trying to think of any. The only jump scares I've gotten were from Outlast and that anthology series game.
Yeah, but the anthology games jump scares, especially in
That was the one.
It was the
That one-
the witch trials.
that one was like ridiculous. I don't understand. Like
Mhm.
Remember you? Well, sorry, I don't know. If that's not a spoiler. You kill the character purposely. For like,
yeah,
watch
because I
their-
didn't like them. I'm like,
Yeah.
just screw this person, just die.
You guys gotta play Until Dawn when that comes to PC
yeah,
we could play it on
or on the
PS5.
PlayStation. Yeah,
well, yeah, that is true.
that one's the best.
I
anthology
started it,
game.
but
or it's not a part of the anthology, but
Yeah.
those developers.
was it apparently the next one's supposed to come out in the next year or two? The space
It's
one.
been a while since we've had one.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't come out with one this last year.
Did they come out with
2 years. It's actually been 2 years since they came out with one.
Really?
Actually, no.
The
We played
Serial
the
killer one.
serial killer one.
yeah,
That was last year.
2 years ago.
2 Halloweens ago. Yeah.
That was a good one.
yeah, it
that
was
was a
really
really
good.
good one.
Oh, it was one of my favorites actually.
Yeah. What
But
else we got?
I mean, other types of games besides horror games, the AAA studios love the live service stuff. It's ridiculous.
yeah.
Suicide Squad. Why are they doing live service? I mean, that game has like less than probably 5,000 people, honestly, right now.
Well, that game was in development hell for how many years? Like 8 years.
Yeah.
I think it was like they wanted to come out with something. I think they came out with a trailer back in like 2018 for Suicide Squad, and the game got like canceled. Not canceled, but scrapped like
so like
twice.
a Skull and Bones type thing.
Yeah, and then it's only been 2 years technically since the game was started development again, and so basically they had to start from scratch. So they only had like 2 years to even create it.
You know, we should. This is like off. It's not off topic, but I just had a thought. We should do a revisit series again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I was just thinking about Sea of Thieves. Like I know we did it. That was back in 2020 that we did a revisit.
Mhm.
Just crazy. But we should like revisit some of those games. Whoa,
What was that?
our OBS was glitching.
I don't know why, but I can't find Suicide Squad on Steam. Maybe that's.
Is it on Steam?
Try to guess. Yeah, I think this is it. Try to guess how many players it has currently.
600.
1,000.
412.
That is. Oof, that is
It's
awful.
ridiculous. The whole
Apparently
time-
Was it the not the all time, but the more recent one? They just came out with the Joker or whatever.
Yeah.
Apparently, they only had like 2,000 or 3,000 people
I'm looking at
ready
all
for season
time.
1.
The max was 13,400.
Yeah, that's terrible.
All right, let's compare that with Power World that came out as a $30 game. The max was what, 2 million people playing at one time?
Still playing
Steam?
85,000. 24-hour peak is 95,000. All time peak is 2.1 million.
Even from a the people in charge should, like, all they need to do is look at Steam charts and see the comparison of their game versus people who are doing it right and say, okay, we need to change something. We need to start doing something more similar to this.
Like my opinion about this is the overall problem is that the people who make these games don't know why they're good. They just do them to make money.
Yeah.
They don't do them because they want to make a fun game at all.
They don't
It's
understand
purely
their
for
audience.
money.
They don't understand people who want to play games. Like,
Yeah.
They don't know what they want.
Well,
they think they know.
What is it? Even if they like what you were saying before, like if it's a live service, there's nothing wrong with live service.
Not at all if it's good.
If they do it the right way, then nobody will actually get
Helldivers.
mad. Yeah, exactly.
You know, what's that game? It's kind of like Destiny, Warframe.
Yeah.
It's been a live service game for years, free. It has people that love the game.
Yeah. There's a big community.
Yeah, and like I don't know, you don't hear nearly as much controversy as Destiny
And
2.
all the content they come out with is free.
Yeah. Every time I hear
Every single
Warframe,
thing.
I think of like watching Jaden or Nathaniel play and their FOV's just like all the way
Yeah.
out. They do that goofy little spin thing.
Yeah.
It just looks so weird.
I see memes about it, and people say that people who love the game don't even know what's happening. They just play it for the sake of playing it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's fun, then that's whatever.
Yeah.
They make a good game. Don't require you to buy anything. Like some people have said it's pay to win, but you can't buy pay to win stuff. You buy like cosmetics, and that's it. So you don't have to spend money.
Yeah.
So we have a list of AAA fails. The Skull and Bones we talked about, Suicide Squad, Immortals of Avium.
Avium.
Which one's that one? Oh,
It's
that's
the-
the magic one.
The first person magic
With the
EA
voice
game.
actor, right? They made a big deal about the voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was
Remember
it?
that? It was like
Which
during
voice
the
actor?
I don't know. It's some random guy. I don't
It's
even know
some-
who he is.
Some guy, and like
Hmm.
they made a big deal about it. Like he came out during whatever event we were watching, and he was like, "Yeah,
Summer
I'm in
Game
the
Fest
game."
or something like that.
I gotta see what actor it was.
But apparently, like I even tried the game the other day just to see.
You bought it?
No, it was free on PlayStation through PS Plus.
Wow.
so-
Straight to free. Is that usually what they do?
Sometimes it depends.
I don't know who Darren Barnett is, but he's the main voice.
But
Yeah.
basically, like, it wasn't even getting a steady 60 on the PS5.
I mean, it kind of looked cool from the trailer, but there was something off about it. If you could probably find that live stream that we did, I think it was during like a PlayStation thing,
Yeah.
but we were talking about it. And we're like, why are they making a big deal about this guy being like the voice actor?
Mhm.
That's been happening more recently, where they're trying to put celebrities. Like,
Yeah.
there's one game that has David Harbour, the guy who played the sheriff in Stranger Things.
Oh, Alone in the
The-
Dark.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
that
that
the,
game's only like 4 hours long. I'm pretty
Cthulhu
sure.
type?
Hmm.
Yeah, the Resident Evil,
Yeah.
like, I guess.
There's this game that Sierra told me about. It's like a demo right now, where it almost looks like body cam footage. It's not that
Oh.
police one,
Oh,
It's a
okay.
horror
Maybe
game.
not.
where
Oh.
you are a police officer, but you're like in a subway car for part of it, and actually it looks really cool.
Is that the
I think I saw a
is that the
thumbnail.
subway one?
It
Where the
wasn't
dude's just like walking down the
Is
hall?
that the one where you're running on the trains on like the subway? And then
I
there's
don't
like
know.
a police officer.
Well, you start
chasing
off the train and then you get on, and then like the menu is like the police station. You go in one door and it's like a menu
you?
option,
Oh.
and you look on the wall and you could like select the things on a poster.
You didn't catch that I was describing Subway Surfer.
Oh
Oh,
no!
what?
I was like, there's a cop chasing. me.
Oh.
No,
I think I
wait.
saw a thumbnail for that.
Oh, I actually didn't put it in here, but have you guys heard of Shadows of Doubt?
no.
Mm-mm.
It's like it's a pixel first person game, like a detective game. And you've probably seen it. Like look it up on Steam, you could see what it looks like. But basically it kind of gives you freedom to do whatever you want.
What is it
Like
called?
basically have to find, it's called Shadows of Doubt. It's you basically are a detective and you have to find people that committed crimes that are like from the police, and then find a way to get evidence.
This looks like Teardown.
Yeah, but you have to get evidence to be able to
Convict them.
give it to the police and then actually connect them to the murder.
I love the
or-
way this game looks.
The
It-
opening shot is the guy has a sniper rifle in the guy's head.
I got it at the Christmas sale last year, and I played it for like an hour or two, and I really didn't get into it, but it's so cool.
This looks amazing. How have I
Hmm.
never heard of this?
It's an indie game, and I'm pretty sure it was, how much is it? Like 20?
Early access 15. It's on sale right now for 15.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's another indie game that is actually like it's kind of insane.
It looks
You can
like
choose
Hitman.
you can choose to commit your own crimes to try to figure out like breaking and entering. That you can choose to like cut off power to a building so that the security system gets shut down, so you can go
Wow.
into their house.
Is it
you-
open world?
Yeah,
This looks like Teardown if it was combined with Hitman.
there's a built experience for the game, or you can do a randomly generated experience
Hmm.
where it randomly generates the city and all the different people did that for different crimes. You use different tools and it's really cool.
This looks really fun, actually.
You can try it from my library if you want.
Yeah, I probably will at some point. Because I love games like this. Teardown is amazing.
Yeah.
But we were talking about those horror games. There's another horror game that I keep seeing a thumbnail for where Will Smith is in it. It's like a zombie game.
What?
And it's just Will
Oh,
Smith's face.
What is it?
no, that's not a horror game.
I saw Donkey had a title for it. It's probably a joke,
What is
but
it? Is
It's a zombie like survival game.
with
it's
Will
not-
Smith? How have I not heard of this?
I don't because it's absolute garbage.
It just came out.
they're using the actors and actresses that they pay as the promo for the games. So they put millions into having them appear on the
It's
cover.
like Vin Diesel with Ark.
Yeah.
So random.
Like no one cares if an actor's in your game. Just make the game good and you can have whatever actor you want.
What's the zombie game with Will Smith?
I don't know. I gotta
It's
find
some
the name.
free to play garbage.
Oh,
It's not an actual like big title.
they should make an
It's-
I Am Legend game that's like true to the movie or something.
Yeah, that'd be
like that would be
sick.
scary.
Could be interesting. I mean, I don't know if I trust the corporations to make
Yeah.
a game like that.
Well, it would be Warner Brothers, because I think they own Legendary, which made the movie.
Uh,
something like
They
that.
paid Will Smith. Oh wait, no, never mind. But the game cost $140 million to make.
it looked terrible. It looked so bad.
They probably paid Will Smith
What's going on with OBS?
a lot of money for it too.
Golem.
I didn't know Golem was a AAA.
Golem is
Oh, yeah.
AAA.
Wow.
Oh, there's another game I was gonna mention that was I don't know if it was AAA or not, but it was a RoboCop game. That
People like that, though.
They did, yeah. They said it was really fun because they actually put effort into it.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what platform it's on.
I don't even know
honestly.
that was AAA. It might be AA.
I don't know. I mean,
Because there's
to
what
own-
would
to
an
get the
indie
rights
game
to
be
that,
considered? A single A,
Yeah.
or is that would be AA?
I think it's awfully hard for maybe even a double A to get movie rights or rights from a famous franchise.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like they have to pay a lot just to get that to begin with.
What's Crime Boss, and why is that AAA?
Oh no.
Crime Boss.
Crime Boss Rocky City.
What is it?
They tried to create like a Payday type of game, but apparently like
What?
it was so bad. People absolutely hated it.
This looks so bad.
Wait, does that have Chuck Norris?
Yeah.
And what's that guy? Danny Trejo? What other actors do they have in this?
I don't know. Those are the only two that I can
When
I
did
can
this
remember.
come
I
out?
recognize the main guy.
Last year, or the year before.
What in the world, dude? I've never heard of this game in my life. Why does it look like it's trying to be GTA and Payday?
I don't know. Apparently, there was basically a big story too, like a campaign.
That's crazy.
Who is this actor? I recognize him from something.
What the?
This dude.
Oh.
I don't recognize him. Well, I recognize him,
I've
but I don't
seen
know
him.
his name. Definitely seen him in something before.
There's so many of these that I've never heard of. Forspoken.
Forspoken was garbage.
Yeah.
What was
Apparently,
that?
they got DLC. Forspoken?
Is that a Souls-like?
No, it was like that. What is it? There's a specific name that people call games that use a lot of colors and explosions and I forgot what it was called, but I don't know if you're gonna find the name of it, like what people call those types of games, but
I don't
it
know.
was just like
This one?
the girl got teleported into a
Huh.
random world with a bunch of creatures and stuff, and she had like these really cringe voice lines, and people were
Oh.
like, "Oh, she's so cool,"
Who
or
said
at
that?
least the developers were like, "Oh, she's so hip, she's so cool." Like,
Hip.
Hip.
If anyone uses that word for their game, it's gonna be terrible.
it was just like it was a total flop. It was EA.
Yep.
Speaking of flops, Redfall.
Yeah, that was
Wh-
bad. That
what
was
happened
really
there?
bad. That was so. That was so bad. You know, we kind of had fun with it though at the start.
We
don't know,
were
I mean-
making fun of it.
Well,
the
it
whole
was
time
fun to
while we were
make fun of
playing
it.
Yeah, but by the end of the missions we were doing, we were getting tired of it. 'cause
Yeah.
it just didn't have anything going for it.
The cutscenes. Ugh.
Those weren't cutscenes.
They weren't cuts. They were slideshows. It was so bad.
Yeah, like no.
That's
words.
my that's one of my favorite developers too.
They did Dishonored.
Dishonored, they did Prey, they did Deathloop.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Well, didn't they like? Most of them were working on something else.
I think so.
Or what was the game that they were?
They're
working on?
making Blade.
Oh, okay. Ooh, Blade. I hope it's gonna be
Um,
really good.
So I think a lot of them were actually going and working on Blade.
Yeah, that was bad. Minecraft Legends. What? Don't people like that game?
Minecraft Dungeons, they like.
Wait, what's Legends?
Minecraft Legends is the RTS Minecraft.
What?
Really?
How do you
Yeah.
find
Minecraft?
RTS?
I don't know if you could look it up, but
I mean,
it's
I
just
get
like
branching out, but
I don't know. It apparently people said that it was so bad.
Wait, but the game is Minecraft. Can you mine and can you craft in that game?
It's just basically in the Minecraft world.
Yeah, I know, but like the core things of what made the genre to begin with.
I don't know.
wow.
6 out of 10 on Steam. Mixed.
Ugh. Yeah, that doesn't look great.
I mean, they're probably just trying to get a bunch of little kids to buy it.
Yeah.
But what little kids
want
like RTS?
RTS? What kids like RTS? I mean, I used to play what was the
Command and Conquer.
Command and Conquer, but
Honestly, though,
Conquer
it
was
doesn't
fun.
look too
Yeah.
bad.
It's free on the PlayStation now. That's the April.
I'm not gonna
Mon-
play it, but it doesn't look terrible.
Skull Island: Rise of Kong.
Yes, the greatest game of
Oh
all time.
My, that one was so bad.
It was worse than Golem.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I put King Kong at the end because I didn't see the Skull Island was on there.
That one. I don't even know what to say about that one.
Just if you've never seen it before, go watch gameplay of
It is
Kong Skull
so
Island.
awful. Like,
I don't understand the whole King Kong like resurgence that's been happening. I know you watched a lot of the movies,
Yeah.
but like they put Godzilla, like King Kong and Godzilla kind of in the same like story arc now. But they put Godzilla in Minecraft.
What?
Huh?
Oh, I
Did you
saw
watch
that.
that?
Yeah, I saw that.
It looks awful.
What?
I actually went
This
to
is
go.
something you got to see because it's so terrible.
Yeah, I would look it up. It looks so weird.
It's
Or-
actually
Or you
or-
can pull it up.
I can
yeah.
pull it up on the stream.
it's for the Windows or Microsoft Windows 10 version of Minecraft.
I actually went
Bedrock?
to go see the new Godzilla X Kong because they're not against each other or whatever.
And the little baby monkey
yeah,
thing.
it was really corny. I mean, the whole series is corny, but it was like
You don't watch it for the story. You just watch it for the
you watch
action.
you watch it for the big monster fight.
It's like Transformers, I guess.
He was fighting a monkey and he was doing like karate moves. I don't know, it's just so goofy.
You got to see the trailer though. It's even worse than the screenshot. It's the most jank thing I've ever seen.
I think we saw it on like it was like a trailer that popped up or something.
I saw it and then I played it on the TV at my parents' house. I don't know.
Why does it sound like that?
I don't know. I think it sounds like that anyway.
Wow.
It sounds like pixely. It's a whole game mode. But look at that. How is that Minecraft? It's just
Looks like a fan made thing.
it
or
really
something.
does. It actually may have been too. Like they could have just stolen some fan's mod. The way he walks, there's like zero animations. Battlefront? Yeah, it's just
It's weird. I don't know. It must be a big series right now because like Call of Duty has like 4 skins for that. I'm
For
sure
Godzilla?
Fortnite. Yeah.
Oh
Fortnite
yeah.
comp.
Wait. I don't know if JJ knows
gosh.
about it, but the 4 COD has started doing a new thing now, where they release bundles, like different separate bundles for the same thing, and if you
Huh.
buy a certain amount of these bundles, they'll give you a blueprint.
You get so you buy 4 of the Godzilla
Each
Kong
one is
skins,
2,400 COD points, and you need to buy
Oh,
4 of them.
That's
and then
insane.
it'll unlock a blueprint.
And that's what, $20 of COD points?
Yes.
each.
That's crazy.
Ridiculous.
I can't believe it.
Oh, there's Walking Dead. That was a bad one too.
I think I saw cutscenes from that, and it looked really bad.
Last year was a really
Oh.
bad.
Yeah, I remember seeing Rick and Daryl.
Yeah, they look so awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That came out last year?
I think so.
I don't know. Last year was a really weird year for like
there were
crap
good games and there were really bad games.
Yeah, the divide was huge.
There was like no
Yeah.
in between.
When did Skull and Bones come out? Was that this year?
February.
Yes.
So 2 months ago.
So like Gollum and Skull Island came out the same year. And now we're already getting a giant storm of crap.
Suicide Squad and Skull and Bones came out February.
Yeah.
Both Garbo games.
And they're laying off everyone too. That's another
Yeah.
thing. Like even with these garbage games, they're just laying off all the workers they've had.
Yeah, but you
for
do realize
years.
that they're not making any money.
That's their own fault.
I know.
Yeah.
If they're not making any money, that's why they're laying all these people
Power
off.
World
yeah.
and Enshrouded came out this year.
Yeah.
So it's like we might have a similar year where there's like total garbage games and then just really good ones.
Yeah. I mean, at some point they're gonna have to focus on making better games. Because people are just gonna keep rebelling against it.
Yeah.
There's only so long you can keep screwing people over and then not have them fight back.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, we have games that were huge indie titles, and then maybe some other notable mentions at the end.
Well, there's like Uncharted and Power World were mentioned. Power World especially. That broke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Helldivers 2. That's
Yeah.
still huge.
Well, what's crazy about Helldivers is that game is a well, technically it's a AAA. It's not indie.
Oh,
Well,
is
I
it?
don't know. Like we're trying to decide. I saw one wiki that said it was, and then everyone else says it's not.
I feel like it's double A.
Well,
yeah, I would say.
It was indie before the game released,
Well-
and when the game fully released, with the 500,000 people that were trying to get
If
in
it's
the game
based
at
on how
once.
much money they have, then probably now they're AAA.
The thing is,
Yeah.
they only have one guy that works on server infrastructure. That's why it was such a big hit. They expected 80K players at the maximum, the absolute max. And then they were regularly hitting 800,000 players.
It's crazy.
They didn't know what to do. Like, they genuinely didn't have the team for that.
They're probably double A. I don't think they'd be AAA.
Yeah. They have one guy, Joel, the game master.
Yep.
Mhm.
And he controls what kind of happens in the galaxy and how the stories play out.
So cool. There's Lethal Company was like a.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Lethal
I
Company.
bet people
yeah.
still play it. I don't know how many, but there was like a period of time where it was huge.
Oh, yeah. It was fun. And it's still fun.
Yeah.
We didn't really get super far in it either.
No, I think we got to like the third quota or something.
Maybe.
Third or fourth, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that game was really fun. That was another indie one.
There was Among Us.
Which is a few years ago.
That's probably AAA now.
Have they even done anything else with it? They released like
I don't know,
one
the-
map. as
one or
far as
two
I
I
know.
maps.
played like late last year randomly, and there was like I couldn't even find a lobbies. People were still playing like crazy. They filled up like instantly.
Yeah.
It was on mobile though, so I don't know.
Huh.
Oh.
Oh, wait,
Hades.
which that one wasn't massive. Like it has a big fan base.
It has
but it's not
overwhelmingly
massive.
positive.
Well, a lot of games have that, but
That
it's
is
not.
true.
It's not massive. Like compared to Among Us or Terraria,
Among
it
Us.
didn't hit nearly the amount of hype.
But there is Hades 2 coming out at some point this year, I think.
Yeah, that should
it's,
be fun.
It's coming out in early access, though. It's not going to be fully complete yet.
Yeah,
But
Terraria
mean-
has like they keep saying it's the final update.
they keep throwing stuff out.
Yeah.
Another one?
Actually, the same thing happened with Noita. They released the final update 3 years ago, and recently one of the developers like came back to it and started working on it, and like released another giant update for it. And there's this thing that people have been trying to solve for 3 years. Like it's this puzzle that's based on like cryptography, I think that's how you say it. But it's like these glyphs that you have to solve, and they're putting it through like massive like scripts to try to unscramble it and all these things.
Wow.
It's been 3 years, People are still trying to do it.
That's crazy.
Like little games like that. It's gotten the community so involved, even though there's been 0 hints, and they're not ever going to give hints on how to solve it. But it's cool, like people that are indie devs that have like they want to put cool puzzles in there. Like they've done ARGs for the game.
Those are so cool.
They did like one of their puzzles. I don't even know if it was a puzzle, but they put it in the code. It was actually like a bunch of noise, like made out of numbers, and then people filtered out the noise, and it was a QR code, and it led to a Rickroll, and it took people months to solve it.
Wow.
That was it. But then the crazy thing was the noise that was filtered out was another QR code leading to the same Rickroll.
Wow.
Like they're just so talented with these puzzles.
Is that a small dev team?
It was like 4 or 5 people maybe.
Wow.
But this other one is actually like the true ending of the game that people are trying to unlock.
This crypto.
Yeah. Like there's these things that appear in the parallel worlds you can go to, because the game's like it's crazy big, and like if you use mods, it won't show up. So you can't use mods. You have to do it all in game. And there's this other room that no one has figured out what it was, and a lot of big YouTubers are trying to solve it and getting people to work on stuff.
Didn't that game come out in like 2019?
I think it was released in early access, yeah, because the last big update was 3 years ago.
You guys remember Blackout Club?
Yeah,
That was random.
Did we ever beat it?
there wasn't much to beat. It was very like repetitive.
Yeah. It was a cool concept, but it didn't work.
Like we thought it was building to something bigger, but that's the entire game. Just what we were doing.
I know. There was no payoff at the end.
Yeah, but have you guys heard about the Stardew Valley update?
No, what's up?
I saw there was an update, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know much about it, but apparently it was a very large update, and a lot of people are playing it again.
That game's been out for a while.
Oh yeah,
2000, probably around the same time as Terraria.
no way.
Really?
Older?
But it's way newer than Terraria.
Oh.
Let's see.
Terraria's been around for
Terraria's
a long time.
2011.
That's crazy.
Stardew Valley is 2016.
Oh.
Made by one guy, and I'm sure he's got a team working on it now.
Oh, he must have been made mad bucks though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then it didn't come out with multiplayer. A few years later, released the multiplayer update, got tons of sales, and they release a big update every few years, and people love it every time. So,
Every single time I try to get into Stardew, I stop after a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just can't get into it.
it's a fun, relaxing game. There's not really like a major like story to it. It's I don't know. It's basic, and just if you want to just chill for a few hours and manage your farm or whatever,
Yeah.
it's relaxing. I think it's more fun in multiplayer.
Yeah, it is.
Could you have games that are dead on here?
Yeah. What is it? The first one here? There's been a lot of controversy about Ubisoft and if you really own games or not. Like that talk.
Yeah.
Like the crew apparently, like I loved the crew. The crew was amazing. I loved it a lot, but apparently the servers were fully shut down and the game was only online. So basically you couldn't actually play the game anymore. But Ubisoft started removing the game from people's
I
libraries
saw that.
because people were like, or Ubisoft was like, oh, but the game doesn't exist anymore, so it doesn't mean that you just don't own it anymore.
How are they able to even do that though? I thought Steam technically owned the key at that point, and then they sold
This
it
is
to you.
on the Ubisoft launcher.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe if you own, I don't know, Crew 1 wasn't on Steam.
Oh, that makes sense.
So it was only on the Ubisoft launcher. So like maybe if you own it on Steam, but the thing is if you download a Ubisoft game on Steam, it connects to the Ubisoft launcher. And so basically it's kind of just like a brick in your Steam library at that point if you do own it on that.
It's crazy.
That's another thing against custom launchers from these companies, because it's a way that they can technically own your game still and restrict you from playing it.
Well, Ubisoft
it's
says
really annoying.
get used to not owning them. And people are like, wait, excuse me?
They still have a launcher? Do people even
Ubisoft?
use- Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
To actually play any Ubisoft game on PC,
Oh, like Rainbow.
yeah, you have to have the Ubisoft launcher downloaded on your thing, or else you
I
can't
bet
play it.
Rainbow is like their cash cow.
Yeah.
Like
It
it's
is.
like what's keeping them alive.
There's those idiots that are buying the packs to try to get the black ice skins for all their guns.
People still
probably
buy
a big-
the games every year though, the Assassin's Creeds and all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Although, they're trying to push people to go into Ubisoft Plus now. People think that's why they went with very expensive pricing on Outlaws.
because you get it with Ubisoft.
Because if you pay $18 a month, you get the Ultimate
Ugh.
Edition for Outlaws.
18?
that's terrible.
Oof.
Game Pass is better value.
It
Yeah.
is, yeah. But I'm just saying they're trying to up the pricing. They're not expecting you to buy the game full. They want you to buy the subscription so they can own the game and then make you pay them to play it.
How do they not see what's happening with streaming services and how people are like starting to rebel against those
Yeah.
and then trying to do the same exact thing? Microsoft does a really good job with their product,
Mm-hmm.
but that's because they have such a big variety of games and it's good value. Ubisoft is more expensive and you only get Ubisoft games.
Well, what is it with Game Pass? You get EA Play automatically.
Yeah. That's a good partnership
Mm.
there.
Like if Ubisoft, like I know with PlayStation, we get Ubisoft Plus automatically when we have PS Plus.
Oh, you do.
So we'll probably be able to just play Outlaws outright,
Huh.
when the game releases on PlayStation.
That's actually cool.
But I guess like Ubisoft is pairing up with PlayStation and EA's pairing up with Game Pass. I don't know.
Hmm. Well, you know what? When Valhalla came out, Assassin's Creed, I didn't want to pay $60 for that, but I was interested in it. So I did the trial. I think it was a month trial of Ubisoft Plus, and I had like the Ultimate Edition and stuff with it. And I played it enough to the point where I never cared about it, so I didn't have to actually pay anything.
yeah.
But
Mhm.
you know, you get the trial once, so like,
You create a new account every single time.
Well, the thing with a subscription is like, you should have one if you have games that people would actually want to play. But I feel like Ubisoft doesn't have that arsenal yet. Like
Mm.
they have some games that people might want to play, but not like Game Pass or even EA, because EA has a Battlefront.
people
Just
like owning their own stuff.
Yeah, and I mean Rainbow, most people will probably buy on Steam anyway.
Yeah, because
Just
if
weird.
it's something that I play a lot, I'd want to own it. I would never want to
Yeah.
rent it. Like, what if they decided to up the price or whatever? You'd be forced to keep renting it for a higher price.
I remember when we used to rent games through Redbox.
Yeah,
I don't think I ever did that.
I used to do that all the time.
I know, yeah, I remember you did it a lot. We used to do movies through Redbox, but
Yeah.
that was crazy.
They still have Redbox, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's strange.
I've never seen anyone going to it though.
Or
Yeah, because
Netflix.
everyone just goes and has Netflix.
Did you
or
guys
whatever.
remember when you'd order movies through Netflix? And
Yeah.
they come in those little like. Oh,
The-
I
the
used to
sleeve?
love that. Yeah.
We had to wait a few weeks or whatever it was for the
Oh,
next.
yeah.
I thought it was so
Netflix.
exciting when they came in. I was like, yes.
And then you have to watch the same thing like 10 times in
Yeah.
a row.
It's so weird. But yeah, they're definitely trying to go the subscription model or like the.
They want you to subscribe and then forget.
Yeah.
And then it just like you forget for like a year and they get like a year's worth of money from you.
I don't know if that's gonna work though. Like, I like owning games on Steam. Like, I like having my library. But
That's
it-
why what is it, game key sites are amazing.
Yeah. And I also like the subscription stuff too. But
You know, people hate on GOG, or people say GOG?
Yeah, I don't know.
I say
GOG,
GOG.
whatever.
But actually, their business model is really good. DRM free, so there's no what's that big DRM people hate on? Denuvo.
De novo, yeah.
Which Denuvo is releasing something that's going to prevent people from like
What is it?
Denuvo is a digital rights management thing, and they're actually doing something now. I don't remember what it was, but it was kind of ridiculous where they were going to like force you to. I gotta look it up. 'cause-
Denuvo.
De novo is the anti-cheat software that people put into their like multiplayer games and single player games.
Wait, so
to go against cheating, but it makes the game run terribly. There's micro stutter. There's like all these optimization
So
issues with it.
GOG is not having any of that?
Yeah, well, the Denuvo thing, they have a new tech that makes it easy for them to track down anyone who pirates the game or like plays it on another library or something.
Oh.
And so like they can shut it down and like I don't know, get rid of your game if they found that like someone's playing your game and you didn't buy it. Which is really stupid. Like what if you wanted this family share or
Yeah.
something? But yeah, GOG, you get the game just straight up. Like you get any updates that come out with it and all of that, but you own the game forever. Like if it shuts down, you still have the game. So you don't have to worry about Ubisoft. Years ago I got Outlast 1 on Humble Bundle and it was DRM free. And I think it's cool because I literally just have the game in my Google Drive and I could just download it, play whenever. Don't worry about downloading Steam or anything else. And it just works. And it's actually faster because it doesn't run like another DRM in the background.
Wait, that reminds me of have you guys heard the Gabe Newell statement? You probably
Yeah, I
have.
have.
He made a statement where he says, "We think there's a fundamental misconception about piracy. Piracy is almost always a service problem and not a pricing problem."
Service?
Yeah.
He said, yeah,
Ubisoft with their service, like,
it's what they provide. And another statement he said was, what you need to do is you need to provide a platform that the pirates would prefer to go to. Like, make it so good. No, this is a good thing.
Oh,
He basically said make a platform that's too good to not pirate. Basically Steam.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's what they've done. That's why Steam has lower
Who's this
piracy
guy?
rates.
Is he
The
Ubisoft?
CEO of Valve.
Valve. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Ubisoft. I'm like, there's no way this guy's saying that.
No.
His platform sucks.
No, Gabe Newell says
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If piracy, if your game is getting pirated, it's not a problem with the price of the game. It's a problem with you and like what you provided.
Oh, yeah. I thought this was a Ubisoft
No,
guy.
no,
I'm
no,
like,
no.
you gotta
Yeah.
be kidding me. This guy's saying that?
Yeah, and it's a private company.
Yeah.
And as long as they stay private and like keep up with their, why is it flashing like that?
I don't know.
And keep up with their excellent service and business model, it's going to be good.
I would never see. I mean, I haven't pirated in forever. I don't pirate stuff, but I feel like if I were to pirate anything, it would be if it was on something like Ubisoft or EA or something, or something other than Steam. Because on Steam, I like owning stuff.
Yeah. I think a lot of times it's younger people, especially because they don't even have a job.
Right.
And so like $70 game every single time, their parents are not going to want to pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why Fortnite's so big,
Yeah.
you know? But I don't know. It's just Steam has such a good service that I'd rather buy on Steam any day and have it in my library.
Yeah.
And that's probably why they'll never do a subscription thing.
Yeah. I mean, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I think if they
see
did
that.
it, people would buy it. I mean, I would buy it.
Yeah.
Depends on how much it was.
But
and what was included.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be interesting.
as Ubisoft pulls more stuff like this and other companies want to have their launcher, GOG always sounds better and better because you can just buy the game, download it like anytime you want from GOG, or throw it on a hard drive, portable hard drive, and you just have all your games. And
I don't know. I've never looked into GOG. I mean, I bought Sam Witcher 3 by accident for GOG.
Yeah.
And he never played it.
I've never bought
hated
anything
it.
on there, but like I didn't realize how nice it was having something DRM free. I'd rather have it all on Steam,
Yeah.
but like if publishers start doing stuff where they like can take away your license instantly, I'd rather just have the game, no license checks at all.
Yeah. I mean, I think especially if some of these bigger ones start fading out or phasing out, then I think, there's gonna be a gap, and maybe GOG could fill that gap
Mm-hmm.
where you have Steam and GOG, which is like the no DRM.
Yeah, I mean they are fairly popular. They're not nearly as big as Epic or Steam or any of those. But
Yeah.
I mean, you go on G2A or whatever, and you see GOG key. Like, there's GOG keys and there's Steam keys. Those are the main ones that I see on those game key
Yeah.
sites.
I mean honestly, for me, like one of the big reasons why I wouldn't get it on GOG is because it's easier to play on Steam Deck if it's on Steam.
Yeah.
And plus Steam multiplayer and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's a multiplayer game and they have multiplayer servers,
GOG doesn't have multiplayer.
I'm sure it does, but they use the multiplayer servers from the companies. So like, I don't think Battlefield's on there, but let's say there was Battlefield, then the company would have to host their own servers and not use Steam servers. But a lot of times they do have to do that anyway
Yeah.
and just use Steam's network.
Huh.
But there's one last thing I wanted to mention. Chug, I'm sure you've seen this, but Animal Well.
Yeah, the Donkey published game, right?
Yeah, this comes out next month, May 4th. I'm definitely gonna get this game because it looks really fun.
What is
Mhm.
it?
It's called Animal Well. It's like I guess you could say side scroller.
It's published by Big Mode.
Yeah, Video Game Donkeys publishing company. He started in the last year.
Donkey's video game publishing company?
Yeah, is this his first game he's publishing?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them he's publishing, but this is the first one that's officially
It's-
releasing.
Yeah, this game is made by one guy as well, but it is a Metroidvania like. But the whole point was that they wanted to do different than Metroidvania. So in a typical one, you have double jump, like dash, and all those types of skills.
Mhm.
Instead of a double jump, you have a bubble wand where you make a little bubble and you can jump onto the bubble, and that's your double jump. And like you get like a yo-yo that you can like use physics to hit buttons and stuff. And there's actually no combat in it, but the whole point is to use the tools and solve puzzles creatively.
I actually love the way this looks.
Kind of like Limbo.
Yeah.
You can't actually fight back, but you like there are these giant like spiders and stuff, and you have to figure out how to defeat them with the world.
Yeah, it looks pretty
Cool.
sick.
When's that coming out?
May 6th or something like that. So it's fairly soon. Like I've had it on my radar for a while, but only recently did I get more into it. Like I saw they released like a launch trailer or something, and it just looks really fun. One of those games that someone like put their all into.
Yeah.
And it's just not corporate.
Yeah. Well, usually the one developer games come out that way.
Mm-hmm.
If they're good, at least.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of one developer games that don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But usually the most notable ones get traction.
Yeah.
It's rare to see like a game that's amazing. That like imagine if someone made a Stardew Valley, like a game better than that, and it just didn't get traction. I'd find that hard to believe that no one would play it and no one would be interested in it.
Sometimes I think there might be like, well, I guess like people have made videos about hidden gems or whatever on Steam, but
those are never nearly as compelling as like Stardew or other one developer games.
yeah.
They're like basic stuff you can play for 20 minutes and be done, but they're never huge. You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's fair to say that if developers really make a game that's worth being popular, then it's going to get popular.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, hopefully we see a shift. I mean, with all these layoffs and stuff, I have a feeling that a lot of these developers are probably going to either start their own studios or go to indie studios or whatever.
Well, there's all
Yeah.
the big studios that like not Adam Levine. The guy, the BioShock guy,
Yeah.
making Judas. Like all these big people that were like in charge of making these like insane games, making their own studios and
Yeah.
making their own stuff.
I think it's good. I think it's going to be a good change.
It's going to take a few years to pan out, though.
Yeah, in a couple of years, we're going to be probably reviewing a lot of indie games.
And I'm all for that, honestly.
Maybe even this year.
Indie games take longer, though, because it's a smaller
Yeah.
team, smaller budget.
That is true.
Well,
I
we're
mean,
gonna see-
Restitched.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Oh,
I can't wait for
is that this
Restitched.
Is that coming out?
No, not this year.
Oh.
I don't even know if
I think they said 2025.
I checked up on that recently, and I saw something on their Twitter where they're showing off the editor, and it looks really good.
Yeah,
It's
gonna
like
be
Little
so-
Big Planet.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
But
As soon as we hear a release date, like we're gonna jump on that.
yeah. Is that pretty much everything?
Yeah. So I don't know. It's more of a casual talk today. Maybe we'll do Faith or whatever next week. Maybe we split into 3 parts.
I don't know. The first part was so short.
Maybe I don't know. We'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
all right. Thanks everyone for listening.